Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your boy Fly Island Guy, and I'm back with a new video. This time we're introducing a new aircraft. This was released about a week or two ago, and so I decided to pick it up and see what this is all about. So we have the Britain Norman BN-2 Islander, and this was created by BlackBox Simulation. So I'm excited. This is a brand spanking new aircraft, and like this is pretty much the first time I'm really looking at it. So let's hop into the cockpit and let us take a quick look at how things look inside there. Alrighty, so let's just back up a little bit. Alright, so cockpit in general, the look of it is it's pretty decent. I'll give them that. I like the kind of wear and tear here on the interior. So it does give it a little bit of a look of an aircraft that is old, and that's been heavily used. So kudos to them. Also, if we just turn around and just take a quick look in the back here, we have, well, this is in the commuter variant of the aircraft. If you go to the actual website, you'll see that there's like multiple versions of this. They have like the executive version and the cargo version, military version, etc. So this is the commuter version that seats 9 passengers, and of course we have multiple doors on the aircraft. You could see let's go back outside actually. You could see the main door here for the pilot, and then we have a cargo door. Cool, and let's see, we actually got suitcases inside there. There's also the left side door for the passengers, and I believe this is another door here as well. I did open up all of them, so I think this is a door. I don't know, could be totally wrong. Let me just double check. Let's go back in the cockpit and spin around. Okay, door R1. Which one's this? Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's another door here as well. Let's go back out and go on this side. Okay, no, that was not the door. Yeah, this is the door here. Okay, so I'm just gonna change one thing here. Let's put this guy to disabled. Alright. I was just trying to take some screenshots, so I had focus mode on. So if we go back into the cockpit, as I mentioned, so there's switches here to implement opening the doors. There is switches here as well for the yoke visibility, if you want those on there. Boom, boom. And pretty much, well, that one doesn't work, but a lot of these buttons and switches inside here work. Some of these do, some of these don't. I believe this is for radios. Can't touch any of the fuses. Let's see. Yeah, all of these guys work. That's cool. And let's see up top. Yeah, all these guys work as well. Of course, this is for getting the engine started. Yeah, these guys are not clickable, and your fuel selectors are clickable as well. Cool. All right. So, also, there was something else I want to say. It looks like we also have a functioning autopilot here. It looks basic to me. I don't see anything for like vertical speed mode. Okay, that thunder came out of nowhere. Yeah, so I'm not too sure how it works. I'm trying to figure all this stuff out. Like literally, this is the first time that I'm looking at this. All right, so let's go and get the plane started up, and let's see how things go. So I remember seeing there's a battery switch here. I also see an external power switch as well. So that's cool. I guess if you want to take a little while longer to get the plane started, we have the option. I'm just gonna go battery for now. Okay. All right, so we hear something happening. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break. I'm just going to program the GPS real quick and just get our flight plan in, and then we'll continue with getting the rest of the plane set up after that. Okay, so we have our GPS all programmed and ready to go. I just didn't want to kind of bore you guys with that sort of stuff. So that's cool. So we're all done. All right. So in terms of where we're heading today, so we are currently in Barbados, and we are going over to Castries St. Lucia, which isn't too far away. So should be an interesting little flight, and we also have some third-party scenery there as well, which I am super excited about. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get our nav lights on. There we go. Nav lights are on, and next thing we shall do is, actually, let's get the yoke out the way. Let's see, that's strobes, beacon lights. Let's get our beacons on because we're about to start the engines. We can also close up all of the doors. All right, doors closed. Okay, now I am not really familiar with exactly how the startup procedure is going to go, so I'm going to be kind of winging it. No, not kind of. I will be winging it for the most part, but let's see if we can get the engine started. So I think the fuel is not in the cutoff position, so we should be good to go as far as that's concerned. So what we'll do is I'll start the engine 2 fuel pump, and let's start our magnetos. Before I do that, I'm just going to double check that, yeah, fuel's not in the cutoff position. Okay, so hopefully this should work. Now I don't 100% know what the magnetos is supposed to do. Please don't flame me in the comments, but I know that you need these to start the engine. All right, so let's go ahead and let's turn on number 1 magneto and hit the starter switch. Oh, it sounded like something almost happened just now. Let's hold it down. Okay, maybe not. Do you need both of them? Mm-hmm. So cut off. Standby fuel selector. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. Oh, wait a minute. I know what it is. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. That's not it. Generator switches come on after the fact. All right, take 1 sec and find out exactly how this is supposed to come on. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's give this another try. You should be pointing down like that, and we're gonna give it another start. That sounds good. Oh, okay. So I think what it is, you have to give it a little bit of throttle, just a little bit, when you're getting the engine started. Because as soon as I pulled it back to idle, it shut off. So let's try this again. Just a little bit of throttle. Okay. So right engine started. And let's get the left engine started. Fuel pump on. Alrighty. Both engines are started now, so just listen to the engine sounds. I mean, overall they sound decent. Let's go ahead and get our generators on as well. This definitely doesn't give me the disappointment that the next gen simulations Umbraer 110's engines did when I first started them. It actually sounds alright. It sounds a little more realistic to me. I don't know exactly how this plane's engine sounds, so somebody let me know if this is close to the actual. The only place I really know about this aircraft from is Shoutout to Cameron MD-80. His videos in Bahamas. This is an aircraft that tends to come in and out a lot, so that's pretty much the only place that I know it from. So, all right, let's just give it a little. Okay. This engine really does not like putting the throttles to full idle, huh? All right. Okay, so let's try and get the plane moving and let's see what happens. Alright, that sounds good. Alright. Alright, let's go. Taxi lights on. Looks like this is some kind of like dual switch. So it's off, and then like I guess the first notch is taxi, all the way is landing lights maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay. So now we've got the plane started. I have all our lighting's on. That's good to go. I'm gonna go bring up the yoke again. Let's check our surfaces. One thing I also like is the actual shake of the aircraft as the engine's on. It's pretty cool. Alright, so you're going to taxi down to the runway here in Barbados. We're departing runway 9 today. So I'm just going to be bringing up the airport map. Just so I know where I'm going. There's only one runway here, so it should be pretty pretty easy to find. Yeah, so taxi. Here we go. Alright, so runway 9's off to our left. Taxi is very kind of squarely on the ground. It's bring the shades down if you want. You got the sun in your eyes. Alright, so we are moving rather fast. But I can't really tell. It's because the plane is so small. Grass here. Not gonna lie, I am loving these engine sounds though. I just realized that my avionics weren't even on. That's cool. I'm gonna get this set up before we actually take off. Ooh, saw some thunder or lightning in the distance. It's kind of interesting that we're seeing lightning, but it's pretty. Well, there's not much happening like sky-wise. Drop, notch your flaps for takeoff. Takeoff indicators in the top left right here. Okay, we're just gonna hold short here for now, and let's see. We're gonna go right up to 10,000 feet. That's our scheduled cruise altitude for today. And what's this? What I don't know is if, I'm not really too sure how this works though. Okay, so arm altitude mode doesn't work. Apparently. Okay. That changes the barrel mode. Okay. Not sure how we get back to altitude though. There we go. Alright, as far as I know the way altitude hold works, and from what how I've used it before, you basically just hit it when you reach the altitude that you want to hold at. So, yeah. Alright, so we have our flaps. Mixture is full rich. Props at max RPM. And yeah. Let's go landing lights on. Let's put this pulse one on as well, see what that looks like. Oops. Okay, nice. So we got the pulse landing lights. I like that. Alrighty. Okay, let's try and get this bird off the ground. Let's see how she performs in the air. What the actual takeoff altitude is. I mean, speed. Looks like we achieved it a long time ago. Alright. I heard this baby does love to climb. Very, very smooth in the air. I'll admit that. Honestly, haven't had to trim it out much at all. The trim actually seems pretty. Yeah, it feels really good, really smooth. Barbados is looking beautiful from the sky. So let's go in arm nav mode. Well, turn the autopilot on first. And arm nav. I actually see there's a vertical speed mode as well. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's do about 1,000 feet per minute. And I'm going to bring back the prop RPM a bit. We got to make sure it stays in the green. So I'm doing about 2550 or 2550 RPM. Probably do a little more, but not gonna worry about that. And I just raised the flaps as well. It's actually good to have passengers for a change. Actually feels like I'm really flying people around. If you don't know as well, this is a fixed landing gear aircraft, so we don't have to raise the landing gear on takeoff. But yeah, overall, I'm liking it so far. I'd say the engine sounds, I'd probably give it, I don't know, maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10 for the engine sounds. Like right now in cruise, seems a little on the quiet side. I'm just checking my sound settings right now to make sure I didn't have anything turned down. I feel like the engine should be a little louder, but yeah, it's not bad though. Aircraft handles really well. It's like I don't know if this is true of the actual aircraft, but yeah, I didn't really have to do too much trimming out. It wasn't real like fidgety and jumpy in the way that it handles. So far so good. Let's see. These sounds are very quiet. A lot more quiet than I'd expect. I'm just going to focus mode on again. I'm just going to take another screenshot. Yeah, so far not bad at all. Now, the one thing that most people should know about this aircraft, it is not designed for speed at all. So I would recommend this aircraft for very short hops. Because yeah, it's right now we're climbing out at 110 roughly, maybe even less than that, maybe 100 knots, and that could also be just me not really knowing how this plane works. Could probably climb out a little faster depending on your rate of climb, but I think its cruise speed is probably around like 140 maybe. So yeah, this isn't the fastest plane out there. So I wouldn't be using it for anything more than just kind of short hops between smaller airports, or kind of what I'm doing now, which is island flying. Also, shout out to the developers for including a ton of liveries. So there are a bunch of liveries here. One of them being Winair. So this is the livery that I'm in now. So this is actually an airline based in the Caribbean. Alright. Airline based in the Caribbean, and Winair is actually short for the Windward Islands Airways International. So Yeah, this is a Caribbean airline, and it's one of the liveries that's inside there. There's a bunch of them. So, depending on the region that you fly in, you should be able to find something that'll match the region that you fly in, as long as it's not too obscure. All right, so we are about to hit 10,000 feet. We're actually 1,000 feet, well, less than 1,000 feet to go. I'm just gonna wait and see exactly what the autopilot does. I'm assuming it's just gonna pitch the nose down, and yeah, I'm assuming it's just gonna pitch the nose down, and we'll just kind of cruise at 10,000 feet. Also see that I'm losing a lot of airspeed as well. Which kind of makes me feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm not doing something right. Let me adjust the, there we go. Okay, so I just adjusted the fuel mixture, just leaned it out a little bit, and yeah, that seems to have helped a lot. No idea. Also hit 10,000 feet, and the plane is still climbing. So I am going to try and decrease the altitude, get back to 10,000, then use altitude hold. And as I said, forgive me, I'm still trying to learn. Still trying to learn things. Alright, so put the plane to idle now. We're just kind of descending, and once it hits 10,000, I will hit altitude hold. If I can find it. Oh no, it's off right now. When I reach 10,000, I'll turn it back on. Boom. Okay. Alright. Alright, I actually have no idea how this works, so I'm just gonna try and like use the proper amount of throttle just to kind of maintain altitude for now, till I figure out how that works. Also trim it out as well if I need to. But we're gonna hold short at 10,000 feet for now, and I'm gonna take the time out as well just to plan my descent. And when I come back, we will be starting our descent, alright? This is your boy Fly Island Guy. I shall be back. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting our descent into Castries St. Lucia. Right about now, let's hop in the cockpit actually. Kind of loud. I'm still trying to work out how the vertical speed mode and altitude hold mode works. It's weird. It's weird. Like right now, if I just kind of throw the throttles into idle, it wouldn't be able to hold the vertical speed mode the vertical speed rate that I put in. So right now I'm just sending it about, I put it into descent at I believe like 500 to 600 feet per minute, and if I went into idle, the descent rate would just like skyrocket to, you know, minus 1200 feet per minute, to almost minus 1500 feet per minute. So I basically have to kind of keep a good amount of power in, almost like 60%, to actually get the descent rate that I want. But that also increases the speed. So right now I'm almost descending faster than the speed that I was cruising at, which is sort of weird. But having said that, overall it's still been a relatively smooth flight. So just to show you our approach right now, we are heading towards this BNE waypoint, which is at 4,000 feet, which I have locked in right here. Once we hit BNE at 4,000 feet, we are going to head towards a logo. We're going to descend down to 2,000, and then we're going to make the right turn, head towards Dermy, and then another right turn to 090 to land on runway 9. We'll see how the things go. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, but I'm looking forward to enjoying some sunshine in Castries. So I'm just curious to see how this guy handles when we land, or on landing. I'm hoping that it's as smooth as it is taking off and in cruise, because it's really been a pleasure flying this aircraft for sure. As you can see right in front of us, beautiful St. Lucia on our kind of at our 1 o'clock. This is another one of those islands that I kind of hold dear to my heart. Have a few friends from university who are from St. Lucia, so I've heard a lot about it. Anybody who watches my channel at all knows that I'm really into cricket. One of my favorite cricket players, Darren Sammy. He's also from St. Lucia. In general, St. Lucia it's an island that used to be, I believe, a French colony, so a lot of their dialect, if you listen to the way they speak, is very French. So that's one of the cool things to hear. But it is an English-speaking nation, but it's got like a lot of French dialect in there, which is pretty awesome. Gonna pull down this shade because of all this sunlight that's getting in my eyes. I just saw as well that this window opens up too, so I think once we land I'll pop that window open, see if there's a difference in the sound with the engines. We are heading towards 5,000 feet. And we are within 6 nautical miles of BNE. So descent rate has been spot on. Once we hit 4,000 feet, I'm just going to apply a little power so that we can just hold at 4,000. Unless I'm at the correct amount of power now, where it will automatically hold. I'm very curious about that. Seems that this is how it works. I believe we should be crossing Hewanorra, which is the major international airport in St. Lucia. Let's just see if we're over it or near it. Okay, perfect. So this is Hewanorra Airport, the kind of main international airport in St. Lucia. So we're going to be going to more of a small regional airport. Okay. So interestingly enough, at this power setting, it's actually holding. It's holding 5,000 feet. So maybe this should be the power setting that we keep it at. I don't know. So now we're heading towards the Alogo waypoint, which is 14 nautical miles or 50 nautical miles. So we'll decrease our altitude to 2,000. And we'll turn on vertical speed mode. And let's maybe do I don't know, maybe 500 feet per minute. We're only going down 2,000 feet, so it's getting a little bit of turbulence now because we are kind of coming across the hills. St. Lucia is very hilly country, as you can see. I guess I should say mountainous. So they have what's called the Pitons, and They're basically kind of twin mountain peaks. I don't know exactly where they are, but that's what St. Lucia's famous for, and their flag is actually based on those twin mountain peaks. So yeah, a little fun knowledge, some of the little bit that I know about St. Lucia. It's not a lot. Right, just about to cross 3,000 feet. Hope my man Fred here has been enjoying himself. Looks like he's having fun. Hope he has a lot of fun in Castries. Alright, 1,000 feet to go. And I'm going to adjust the altimeter as well. Okay, no difference, still the same. Right, we're now doing almost 150 knots on this descent, which I don't know if this is a good thing or not. I feel like this is wrong, so if anybody knows like a proper way that I'm supposed to descend using the autopilot, please let me know. Alright, we have 3 nautical miles outside of Alogo, so we should be making a right turn towards Dermy next. It's about 8 nautical miles. And we stay at 2,000 feet. I'm hoping that you guys are enjoying this video. I'm no pro when it comes to flight simulator, so I don't very often purchase a new aircraft and then do a flight in it right away, or a recorded flight right away. But I'm starting to have enough flying experience now to kind of understand how these aircraft work to a degree, at least to a degree where I won't crash them, but not well enough that I'm following correct procedures, if that makes sense. Okay. Alright, we're heading towards Dermy now. As I said, that's just under 8 nautical miles. And what I'll do in preparation for the next waypoint, which is Saville, is to put in 1,800 feet. So that is the altitude for us to capture the glide path for the RNAV approach. Of course, with RNAV, normally by that point, you pretty much have visual. You're able to visually see the runway anyway, so you can kind of land it by hand. But we'll see how that goes. Alright, right now we're holding at 2,000 feet. Just under 4 nautical miles to go. Airport should be off to our right somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Just trying to set up a little wing view. Technically it'll be a wing view, but that's one. That is 2. Awesome sauce. Right, we're about to make the right turn towards the runway now. And we'll go down to 1,800 feet. Don't need anything crazy. Also arm approach mode as well. Cannot see anything, but the runway should be right in front of us. Maybe I looked in the wrong spot. Yeah, I don't think the scenery is loaded in yet. So I don't know if we've captured the glide slope already. On the glide path. I think we should have, not yet. Then disengage the autopilot and I'm just gonna hold steady at this altitude for now. Where's this airport? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm gonna fly this in by hand. Airport is ahead of us, but still pretty difficult to see. kind of like right there. Gonna go full flaps. Pretty much lined up now. I'm actually going to pull up a notch of flaps just so we can go a little faster. It's actually pretty crazy how much one notch of flap really slows the plane down. Well, full flaps, sorry, not one notch, full flaps really slows the plane down. So you can see we're pretty low right now. Now one white, one red. I'm gonna go full flaps again. Okay. There's a lighthouse off to the left here that I saw a lot of people talking about when they downloaded the scenery. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Castries St. Lucia. Some cool looking scenery here. Not the best frame rates for me though, unfortunately. What I'm gonna do is shut off the landing lights. Let's open this window. So no change in sounds, which kind of sucks. Okay, you gotta go in the circle. Parking brake is on. Switch all of our lights off. Actually, the nav lights can stay on. Alright. Engines off. So that is it, folks. Alright, so overall, what do I feel about this aircraft? Honestly, I really like it. I like it. I'm not saying that it's 100% perfect, but this is definitely a cool little aircraft to like add to your arsenal. It is visually pretty good looking. I'll give the look of the aircraft like a 7 out of 10. Especially the exterior model, very well done. Flight dynamics, I'll give it about a 7 out of 10 as well, and sounds about a 7 too. Like overall, this is a very solid aircraft. It doesn't seem as though everything inside there has been modeled, but definitely it's good. So I bought it from I'm trying to remember the name of the the vendor. So FS220. I'm kind of googling it as we speak. Okay, so BlackBox Simulations has it on their site for €24.99, which I believe for me came out to about 35 Canadian, which would be maybe around 30 and change US. So is it value for money? I think it's I feel like it might be a little more on the pricier side. That's just me. I think it's still good aircraft though. I'd say the next gen simulations Umbrella 110 probably should have been this price or a little cheaper compared to this aircraft. I think this is a more superior aircraft. Overall, it's definitely worth a buy. That issue with the, like, when I extended the full flaps, I don't know, that doesn't feel right to me, but like, don't take my word for it. But essentially what happened was with takeoff flaps with the same amount of power, I was able to do like almost 120 knots with full flaps. Like the plane was almost struggling to stay in the air. So that's something kind of weird. But that might just be me. But outside of that, I mean, I think it's great aircraft overall. I would personally recommend it. So check it out for yourselves. If you have it, let me know what you think. If you don't have it, then you should get it. All right. This is your boy Fly Island Guy. Hope you have a good one. I'll catch you on the next video. Take it easy. Stay safe and stay fly. Peace.